What the hell, more ramen? Yeah, this one is the Tokyo Asakusa Yakisoba. I could go for some yakisoba. I hope this is good. Because I want some yakisoba, man. What I love about this is that there's there are holes so that you can drain the water out of the cup when you're done boiling it. Or not boiling it, but having it cook. Alright, okay, now we mix in the sauce. Let's try it out. Alright, not bad. The noodles are okay. They're just kind of thin cup noodles, but the sauce is actually very nice. It's like a nice sweet and tangy and savory, like yakisoba, kind of teriyaki-ish kind of sauce, which makes this actually very addictive to eat. There's some minimal vegetables inside there too, but I mean, it's not really necessary. So if you take a look at all that. Look at all that yakisoba. The sauce coats it nicely. Again, like sweet, tangy, kind of like a nice, almost like Worcestershire, but like a little sweeter. Makes for a very satisfying, tangy treat. Very good start. This is quite good. Here's ramen number 2. This is onion beef flavor. It's Unif 100 onion beef. The front says artificial roasted beef flavor. That sounds suspect, but let's try it out. All right, here we go. That's interesting. It's got a meaty taste for sure, but it has like a peppery vibe as well. The noodles are very thin, almost like cup noodle quality, so they're not the best, but yeah, it's got a funky taste to it. Not in a bad way. I'd rather have something like this than something really boring, like just plain, no character chicken ramen. I don't know if I describe it as oniony, but there are like peppers and like some kind of, there's like a very specific like herb or something in here. Try the broth. It's kind of like when you get peppered chicken or something from like from a bad Chinese place. And I mean that, I don't mean that as a diss on the ramen, but that's kind of what it reminds me of, in a kind of a good way.
A closer look, there's a lot of, as you can see, there's a good number of vegetables in here. They were pretty generous with that. Otherwise, it's kind of like this kind of brown broth.
This was one of those ramen that had like, not just a flavor packet, but also like this paste packet, which you put in. And I think that probably added to the complexity of it. All in all, it's an interesting bowl. I like it overall. I like that it tastes kind of funky, because it has a little bit of character that way. So not bad. I like it. And here's our final one. This is Tantanmen with cilantro. It says spice deli on it. Cilantro, that's interesting. I like cilantro. I've never had it in a cup ramen, so let's try that out. Okay, so this looks like it has a whole bunch of stuff in it. It looks like a cilantro, little meat pieces. Even came with like a kind of like a chili oil or something to put on it after it's cooked. So let's try it out. That's really good, actually. So it has definitely cilantro. It reminds me a lot of pho. Like if there was like a cheap ramen version of pho. The cilantro gives it a nice freshness. There's like a little meatiness to it. It's like a nice meaty, savory, miso-y broth. And the chili oil or whatever you put on there gives it a nice little heat. Not crazy, but it gives it a lot of nice flavor. Let's try that broth. Oh yeah, that's got a kick to it. That's quite, it's very savory and spicy.
You can even see like the red oil that I got poured in there. It's still present in the broth. I don't know if you can see there are little pieces of meat, but they kind of fell into the broth, but they're very tiny. That's actually not bad meat. It's like, it's, you know, a little pasty, but in terms of flavor, it actually has kind of like a nice, almost sausagey kind of flavor.
I'm actually really impressed with this. It's got like pretty good little meat chunks. It's got, yeah, that's really tasty. It's like a nice little bowl of almost like pho, spicy pho. This is really good. All right, that's 3 ramen. Bye.